Can I show you something that resembles what Jalen Hurts is doing as a leader in Philadelphia versus what happened with Carson Wentz? I'm totally. Welcome back, National Football Show. It's your boy Big Phil. Love talking to John McMullen. Please hit the like button. Can I show you something that resembles what Jalen Hurts is doing as a leader in Philadelphia versus what happened with Carson Wentz? I'm totally in the room with what you guys have said about Wentz being a shitty teammate. I believe that with all my heart. I completely believe that. It's the worst thing you can have in your locker room because it turns into a locker room cancer. Let me give you some examples here. Did you see what Jimmy Garoppolo said today? He was asked a question as they get ready for Denver this week. By the way, we'll talk about week 3 of the NFL at the top of the hour. Listen what Jimmy Garoppolo said. Yeah, I constantly go over to Trey and stay positive. Your time's coming. What? What? That gives you goosebumps. That's a phenomenal teammate. That's everything you want in a starting quarterback. Winning the huddle. Winning your teammates over. That one statement that Garoppolo made right there shows you why Garoppolo commands respect. Not because he throws for 375 yards. Because he puts his hand on a guy that's down maybe a little bit and says to Trey Lance, stay positive. Your time's coming. Think about all the shit that went down the last 3 years for Jimmy Garoppolo. Stayed positive. Nobody was patting him on the back. Frickin' organization's been trying to kick him out since Tom Brady became available. Man, that shit gives you goosebumps. Now I know what the secret sauce is for Garoppolo, why people love him. He's a freaking phenomenal teammate. Man, I love that. This is the problem that McNabb had. He wasn't a great teammate either. He didn't have respect for everybody in the huddle. Jalen Hurts tries winning the huddle. Because get this. Jalen and Brady know if I win the huddle, I win the game. Carson hasn't figured that out. Carson, there's 11 guys in the huddle. You just can't befriend 7 of them. You got to win the whole huddle. You got to win everything in the locker room. You win the huddle, you win the locker room, you win the game. Jalen has figured that out faster than anybody else I've seen since Tom Brady. It's a lesson for every young quarterback to watch how Jalen Hurts, Tom Brady, and Garoppolo command respect in their locker rooms. They try to win the huddle. They win the huddle. They win the locker room. They win games. And then men follow you. Organizations respect you. Organizations buy you, A.J. Brown. Draft you other guys. Build the defense up. Put a game plan around you. Because you know why? You sold them. You sold them. Get this. How would you like to be an MVP in the NFL and the Green Bay Packers draft a quarterback in the first round? You're the freaking MVP and they draft a guy to replace you and you're the reigning MVP. Man, I don't know about you. But I don't know, man. That doesn't seem like something that no wonder Aaron Rodgers got pissed off. Okay? Steven, it's Carson Wentz has skills. Carson has skills. But the most important skill he doesn't possess is being a good teammate. Dude, like I said, I'd rather have you tell me work on your speed, Sills. Work on getting off box. Work on making sure that you don't get slipped or scooped. One thing I don't ever want to hear my coach come to me and say, why don't you work as being a better teammate? You know what? I had that happen to me. I didn't start my first couple games at Miami. Outplayed the guy in front of me. Some of you heard this story before. And I'm doing 10 tackles and 2 sacks. I'm killing people. I'm not starting, though. Because every time somebody put a microphone in front of me, I'm doing this. Yeah, man, I'm great. I did this. I did that. I did this. Coach Johnson came up to me and goes, boy, you had a hell of a game, Sileo. Mention your teammates ever? No, well, I don't know. Oh, next week I don't start again against South Carolina. Play 75% of the game. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Finally, somebody came to me. Butch Davis came to me, and he goes like this. Well, why don't you name your teammates first and talk about the other guys you play with and what a privilege it is to be in the conversation with Jerome and all the rest of these guys, Testaverde and Michael Irvin and all these guys. Why don't you do that, man? Mention your teammates. You've never mentioned a teammate. Next time I had a mic put in front of me, hey, I'm just proud to be here, man. I'm really glad that I could play with a unit like this and be on the #1 team in the country, and it's really great. I started the next week. Jimmy came to me and goes, remember something, kid? We're all in this together. It ain't just you. I never looked back. He turned me into a good teammate because it was all about me. You know, one thing to be a boxer or tennis player or golfer. It's another thing to play pro ball or in a big-time college football program like I did. Okay? You're in this thing together. You see Nick Saban, what he says? We don't have depth charts here. We have great players here. It's the greatest line I've heard. Alabama doesn't have depth charts. Alabama has great players. Best I've ever heard anybody deal with. Dude, the depth chart matters. The transfer portal is essential on that depth chart. You're not 1-2 on the depth chart at Alabama. I'm out of there. I'm not wasting years sitting on the pine. Got to be a good teammate is my point. Jalen, listen to Garoppolo. I told Jimmy Garoppolo today, stay positive, kid. You'll be there, and it's all good. Don't worry. You need anything from me, let me know. Nobody who get this, Garoppolo doesn't feel threatened. He's got an air of confidence about him that will resonate with the rest of that team. And you want to hear something? I'm going to take San Francisco over Denver because of that guy. That guy exudes winning. I want to go to battle for that guy. I love that shit. Man. Guy, if I'm sitting in that locker room or I'm at the press conference and I hear Jimmy G talking like that, or Jalen, look at how he handled the Wentz story. Hey, your relationship with Carson Wentz. And you know what? I'm paraphrasing it here. Here's what Jalen said. Hey, I have a lot of respect for him. He was great to me. We have a good relationship, and I really learned a lot, and I just have really great admiration for the guy. And Wentz reciprocated it and told him the same thing. Perfect. Perfect. Not gushy, not over the top, professional. This guy's a pro, man. One thing that he's won me over with, Jalen Hurts, he is a true pro. That's how a pro acts. Not talking about hallucinogens. Sitting around up in Green Bay talking about going to like Haight-Ashbury and smoking like Juju bust and getting all like the fairy dust and smoking it and putting it on his wound up marijuana stick or mushrooms or such. That's weird. Weird. He's a weird dude. He's a great player. He's a weird dude, though. Weird dude. There's a good vibe in Philly. Another comment, too, that you're going to be thankful I bring this up. And one thing that the Eagles are doing that the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys are unraveling in front of your eyes. I'm going to hit on that. Week 3 of the NFL, stay here on the National Football Show. Hour number 2 coming.